morning everybody and welcome to New York City. It is 5:45 in the morning, and I'm staying in Brooklyn, so I was on the 5:10 train into Manhattan. This is the 42nd Street Port Authority area, which is usually absolutely heaving. There's nobody about. That's because I'm off to Niagara Falls for 2 days. We'll see it from the American and Canadian side. Yeah, I'm off on a bus trip. I know it's a long journey, 7 hours, but I think it's split up where we stop at different areas. The bus doesn't leave till 7, so I've given myself plenty of time to find out where it is and that. I think it's only up here between 47th and 48th Street, so dumper truck. Let's go find this Grey Line Visitor Centre, it's called. And I don't know if it's a bus or a minivan. But let's go get on it and head to Niagara Falls. So we're just following the guide for now to the buses.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
Thank you. And where in Australia are you traveling from? Newcastle.
So on the bus. Wait for everybody to get out.
So,
just set off on our way.
Singapore, Team Singapore, thank you. And then Brian Lee, also of Singapore. Lee Brian, thank you. I see you guys. Connell, Sydney, Australia, thank you.
So it's 7:10 in the morning. Let's see what time we arrive to Niagara.
Small town America, you're going to see a lot of, on our right we say goodbye to Manhattan, alla destra, ciao, arrivederci a Manhattan. Tomorrow night, domani sera, vediamo Manhattan. We're now finding ourselves among the Pocono Mountains in the famous Delaware Water Gap, this sort of valley carved into among these mountains by the Delaware River, a beautiful sort of nature preserve. There's a lot of hiking, kayaking, bird watching that goes around this area.
So we've just stopped off for an half hour. We're about 1 hour and 20 minutes into the journey. We're in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure what part of Pennsylvania we're actually in, but this is my surroundings. Everyone's gone to McDonald's. All I want is a drink. I'm not sure where we are. Might be across the road actually. Okay, it's just before we set off again. I know where we are now. We are in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania.
Technology industry. During the Cold War, this long conflict between the USA and the USSR, the Soviet Union, this area around Binghamton was where they developed electronic guidance systems for fighter jets and military aircraft. But over the last 30, 40 years or so, there's been a reduction in Binghamton's health. Again, looking to the right, we see that church. Vediamo quella chiesa ortodossa. Questa città di Binghamton aveva tanti immigrati dell'Europa dell'Est, di Russia, Slovenia, Albania.
So, as you can see, we're on our dinner stop and it is absolutely pissing it down. Wow. Time for some dinner, I think. Some Subway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now here, this whole part of New York State that we've been traveling through, I'd say for the last hour or so. This was all land here from central, southern, and western New York especially. Used to be land that was controlled and dominated by the Iroquois Native American tribes. There was this sort of loose political organization, the Iroquois Confederation, of 6 different Iroquois tribes, all here through New York State. And of course, they started to come into increasing conflict with the American settlers who kept pushing westward into the New York colony throughout the 1700s. And so their conflict reached such a high point that when the War of American Independence, the War of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, the war that created my nation, began in 1775, the English made an offer to the Iroquois that if the Iroquois would fight on the side of the British, once the war was over and the British had vanquished these American rebels, the Iroquois would be granted, again, peace and territorial rights over all this land, and they would cast out all these pesky American settlers. That's how deep that freshwater is. And this region is also a popular travel destination within New York State because this is New York State's prime wine country. We're going to be passing by in a little while a lot of different vineyards. Lots of vineyards. People love to create, grow wine here among the Finger Lakes. There's even a special kind of wine, ice wine, where you freeze the grapes as they're growing on the vine. It creates this special kind of sweet taste to the wine. Very, very delicious. And here among the Finger Lakes, there's also a lot of history. The Finger Lakes, this whole part of central New York, has played a very important role in historical fights for freedom and justice. For example, in nearby Seneca Falls, the women's suffrage movement was officially founded to win the women's right to vote, which was only achieved in 1920. Dove gli studenti vivono insieme, si aiutano a studiare e a raggiungere il successo accademico. Ufficialmente, attualmente, loro bevono e loro fanno le feste, come si vede nei film americani. These fraternities and sororities for young women are these sort of clubs, these membership groups where officially students live together and they study, they support one another, they help each other achieve their academic success, but actually usually you join a frat or a sorority and you party. You drink and you party, just as you've seen in the movies. And we are going to be driving through the beautiful village of Geneva. Ladies and gentlemen, here is a glorious small town here in New York State. Population about 13,200, con una popolazione di verso 13.200 abitanti. Ecco Geneva. We now have an hour and a half to go. We're going to drive 90 minutes straight, and then we arrive at Niagara Falls, ladies and gentlemen. So we should be pulling in 4:45, and I'm expecting we're going to be starting our nature walk together 5 o'clock. The Canadian side of the border at the Super 8. It's this large Super 8 hotel there in Niagara Falls. They have a pool, they have a little fitness center there, they have a little arcade in the lobby. It's really, really cool. And the hotel is not that far from Clifton Hill, the food and entertainment district. There are some great restaurants right in front of the Super 8 as well. There's a great Greek restaurant right in front. There's a good barbecue place right in front as well. You guys in the Comfort Inn on the USA side, you have a lot of great restaurants all within walking distance, and your hotel will be right next to the entrance to the state park. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now just 15-20 minutes max away from our destination. I am getting excited. This river right here, it's the Niagara River, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see this river again. This is one bend of the river, and the road goes over the bend again. Over the second bend in just a bit. If you can look up ahead of the bus, you see the city rising in the distance. That's the city of Niagara Falls. Allora, ladies and gentlemen, here is Niagara River once again. If you look to your left, you see the city of Niagara Falls, and you see this mist rising up from the rocks. You know what's throwing up those mists. It's Niagara Falls. Ride at 8:30 for a 9 o'clock boat ride. The first boat leaves at 9. That's my goal, to get us everyone on that very first boat. So once again, tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. wake-up call, 6:30 breakfast, 7 a.m. we're hitting the road. And Team USA, you guys, I will talk to you at the hotel about your wake-up and breakfast times. questa parte americana. Noi siamo ancora in America.
Thank you all very much. Please like, comment, share and subscribe. And I'll see you all from New York City very, very soon.